What up, YouTube? It's your boy Double M, and I'm coming back at you with yet again another sketch and rant. It's been too long. How you doing? Now, I want to apologize for taking this long. It's only one reason. There's only one reason that's gonna make me take this long to upload. A month? Well, how long haven't I uploaded? Anyway, that time. A month? There's only one reason, man. It's school, and you know it's rough when they give you the first assignment before the semester starts. So yeah, school has started. I'm back at it again with another semester. So I still will be uploading. I'll try to be uploading at least, but I won't be uploading as frequently as I did for the past 2 months. So you're gonna be expecting videos every 2 to 3 weeks. And if the audio sounds funny, just understand that my mic broke and I'm in the middle. I'm still waiting to get a new one. All right, sketch and rant. Welcome to yet again another one of them. If you are confused, you don't know what it is, sketch and rant, you don't know what it is. It's simple, really. It's a simple video. I draw something in the background as I talk or rant about something. Now, most of the time, or I like to at least, what I like to do is what I'm drawing in the background, I'll keep it related to what I'm talking about. But it can be drawn anything. I can be drawing anything as long as you are visually connected to the video as I'm ranting on it or talking about something specific. Now, interestingly, what I'm drawing in the background is actually related to the other reason why I haven't been really posting that much on YouTube recently. Although school is the main reason, school is the main enemy to this YouTube channel's success, there has been another thing that has been keeping me busy. Now, I don't know if you'll know, but I know those on my IG will know because they're the ones on my IG. And the fact that you're on my IG, the fact that you're following me on Instagram, means that you are more up to date with what goes on, means that you're up to date with how often I upload, when and how I upload everything. So that's me already telling you to make sure to follow my Instagram. The link is waiting for you in the description. It has been waiting for you, but you haven't clicked it. Yeah, anyway, those on my IG will know because that's where I am more online. That's where you will understand. That's where you will be more up to date with Double M, because YouTube spell doesn't work. Yeah, those on my IG will know that I, Double M, train Muay Thai, the art of the 8 limbs. Yeah, I was training a lot because I was training for a competition that I recently came from and brought back the win. It was a challenging but fun experience, and I'm grateful to those around me who made this a possibility, who made this all happen. So yeah, what's been drawn in the background is sort of related to that. Now, the topic of the sketch and rant is, I don't even know why I'm saying it again. It's in the title of the video. Now, us as artists, right? We've all thought through this. We've all come across this, and we've all sat down and actually thought about this. Would we like to do this as a career, or would we like to do this as more of a hobby? Because we hear the stories, or at least let me say, I have heard the stories of those that actually enjoyed drawing, but then when they picked it up as a career, they didn't like it anymore because how often they did it, they would be forced to do it when they didn't feel like to do it anymore, and they just lose interest. I'd also hear stories of how people didn't choose to have it as a career, didn't choose to have it as their job, as a dream job, because they were scared of losing the interest, losing the love for art, right? But actually regretting that choice because now they're stuck with a job that they don't even like. They're depressed, and they're just thinking about what they could have done. They're thinking of what they're actually doing as a hobby and how they can put it into how they can put effort into it to make it a job. But it's low-key a little too late because that was a long time ago where the decision had to be made, and now you're with that depressing job that you chose instead of doing art. You know, I've heard both sides of this coin. Now, everybody, almost everybody, even you watching this YouTube video, right, has drawn their whole childhood, has drawn throughout their whole childhood. You know, as a child, you draw almost anything. You draw a superhero you watch from a TV series. You draw a car. As ugly as it looks, you show it to your parents. They're super proud of you, and you have that sense of accomplishment. Now you're getting a little older. You're not only drawing the same things, but you're drawing the same way. There's no sense of improvement. Even you don't even want to show anything to anyone because you know they're gonna laugh at you. Now chill. I'm not saying this has happened to you. I'm just saying what has been said to me from friends and family and those around me, what has been said to me. They just lose interest, not only for art as a whole, but the interest to draw, because not a lot of people continue to compliment them. Not a lot of people continue to appreciate what they draw. So they lose the interest, they lose that sense of accomplishment, so they just drop. They didn't really really have that need to draw. Now for me, I drew almost every single time, to the point where I just felt like I was doing it for myself. I mean, yeah, as a child, getting that sense of accomplishment, yeah, that also gave a little fuel, that also gave me a little drive to draw a bit more. But I also loved the fact, I also loved drawing as a whole. I think what also fueled that love was my love for cartoons, because growing up as a child, I watched a lot of cartoons. I just loved how they looked, how they bent in their own ways, how they almost had their own rules. Almost to the point where I wished I was in that cartoon world, because things in the cartoon world and things in the real world, totally different, two totally different worlds. And as a child, it was clear, you could see which world I wanted to be in and which world I spent most of my time in. Now, as a child growing up in Namibia, I wasn't watching a lot of cartoons that were made in Namibia, because there weren't a lot of cartoons that were made in Namibia. And the cartoons that caught my attention were not the ones that were made in Namibia as well. Now, I was able to watch these cartoons that came from across the globe. It came from America, came from Britain. All these cartoons that caught my interest, I was privileged enough to be able to watch them and have the love for cartoons. So growing up, I didn't really think I had the chance to be able to have a career in making these type of cartoons, because of how limited they were, because of how little they were in my country. So I thought, nah, although the love for cartoons is there, I don't think I'm gonna have it as a career. I'm gonna just stick to something similar. I didn't even think it was possible at all to have that type of career. I legit was in my last few years of primary school, and I found out that those type of careers exist. When I found out, my whole orientation, my whole idea of what job I wanted to have in the future, what career I wanted to have, it just changed. Growing up, I thought, okay, this is what I want to become. But when I found out, I was like, hey, yo, why didn't I find this out? And I come, people are making money from these things. I hear people go broke. Hey, yo. So yeah, even though after I found out, I still told myself, okay, there's a possibility. Many people are picking this career. Many people are actually making bread. Many people are actually making money from this career. But because of how limited those opportunities are in my country, I think I'm gonna still stick with the career that I chose for myself. That time, that's how I was thinking. I lied to myself. The more I drew, the more I wanted to have a career. The more I wanted to actually draw for a living. The more I wanted to make cartoons for a living. I lied. The more I drew, the more I became split. One of me was staying with the job that I chose as a child, but the other one was like, no, it doesn't, no. Stop lying to yourself. So this happened until around the high school, around the beginning, right? That's when I would hear more of the stories of how people would have taken this as an actual career option, right? But would regret it because of how often they would be told to draw. They would even be told to draw on the times they didn't feel like to draw. Now, even though I couldn't really relate, or even though it didn't really happen to me, I knew how uncomfortable it was to do something that you love, right? But then be forced to do it even when you don't love it, even when you don't really feel like to do that thing that you love, but you're forced to do it. That's how that love can be lost. I could sort of relate to it. I could understand their argument. I could understand their stories. So listening to these guys, listening to those type of stories, I asked myself, am I really doing this for the fun of it? Am I really doing this for the interest? Or am I just falling in love with the idea of drawing? Am I just falling in love with the idea of doing what you love and making money out of it? So I sat down with myself and I went through a couple of careers that I could have, a couple of jobs that I could have, where it paid enough and it gave me enough time to still do what I love. And I'm gonna be honest with you, every job that I went through, every job that I considered, I didn't think I would be happy for a long time doing that job. I know that I'd still end up depressed with that job, because that's not what I want to do. I don't want that to be my main thing. I always wanted to, whatever the job was, I know I wouldn't be doing it out of love, or at least out of interest. I knew I would be waking up every day, I have to go to work. When I wanted a job, instead I would go, okay, another day, let's get to work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have the ability to choose whatever I wanted to do, but still sentence myself to do another job just because of the quote-unquote safety I'll have in that job, but also make you lose the interest in art. But I also didn't want to actually lose the interest in art. I was also a little hesitant when I heard the amount of stories from people that will talk about losing the interest of art, not waking up with that love, not waking up with that interest to draw in that career that they chose, in that career that they fought for, actually looking back and double thinking, So I'm bouncing back and forth. Which do I choose? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Even to this day, I still be occasionally bouncing back and forth. And listen, although I may not be 100% sure what I want even right now, I still feel like to help those around me, to make it easier for those around me to understand and choose. I'm actually saying what I told myself. You as an artist that loves to draw, if you don't really like to do it that much, you just like to do it for yourself, it's like a therapy type thing, self-expression type thing, you don't have to have it as a career. You can still keep it as a hobby. You can still draw as much as you do now, as less frequently as it is. Just do it for the love. Continue doing it as a hobby. If that's the way you like things, just continue doing it that way. But if the only career you see yourself having and actually enjoying is the whole art career, is the whole being in the whole art industry, whatever it may be, that I feel is a sign that you should shoot for it. You know what I'm saying? Go for it, because if you don't see yourself happy in almost any other career, even in the careers that may be similar, you don't see yourself happy in the careers that are similar to the drawing. You may even choose a job that is similar to drawing in the fact that it has a little bit of drawing in it. But if it's not drawing the type of things that you want to be drawing in the job that you want, in the career that you want, if you don't see yourself happy in that job, and you see yourself more happier in the art career job, I think that's a sign that you should shoot for the art career job. The future will hold the answers that you are looking for. It's the only way to understand, the only way to find out is to actually go for it. There's no other way. Because I know at least that is way better than sitting down and not shooting for it and regretting the choice for the rest of your life. You don't want to be on your deathbed and be like, damn, I could have. You know what I'm saying? You want to at least be on your deathbed. Yeah, I tried, I shot. It didn't work. It may not work. It may actually work. This is the future. The future is going to hold the answers that you're looking for. You could be on the deathbed. It did work. Okay, I'm happy with my life. I did this. I got this. Yada, yada. It didn't work. At least I tried, You don't want to be on the deathbed. Even think about it right now as you're watching the video. Which scenario is better? Being on the deathbed, looking at the back of your life, looking at the chances that you took, and even though all of those chances were not successful, all of those shots were not successful, you're still having that, hey, at least I shot for it. And then another scenario, when you're on your deathbed, you're thinking about all the chances that you could have taken, all the shots that you could have made, but you didn't make it. You sitting even in your deathbed wondering, damn, I could have. Why didn't I? Things could have turned out a lot more differently. Because at least shooting the shot, you will at least know. You don't want to be sitting until your deathbed and not knowing. That's way worse than actually shooting and failing. It even comes back to the saying, you miss all of the shots that you don't take. Because you ain't take no shots, it's that obvious. So even though now, occasionally, here and there, in some moments, I do bounce back and forth on the idea of having it as a career or the idea of having it as a hobby instead, I am more certain of what I want and how I'm going to get it. Not actually how I'm going to get it, okay. Well, I'm more certain of what I want than I was before, than I was a few years ago. Because let's be honest, not everyone knows 100% every step of the way how they're going to get something, how they're going to get something as big as a career. You know what I'm saying? They just know that they're going to put everything they have in it to get that job. So let's say, for example, Francis Ngannou. He didn't know every single way 100% how he was going to get his title, He just knew the hunger that he had, he was going to get it. There are even some of the greats that I can't think of currently right now on the spot. There are even some of the greats, whatever that they do, they almost quit until they put in that last amount of effort that made them big, The That's what I'm trying to say when no one really knows 100% how they're gonna get somewhere. They just know with the amount of effort that they put, they're gonna try, at least try to get to that, to get to whatever they're trying to get. But yeah, besides that, these are things that you have to sit down with yourself and think about. As in, not just find somewhere and think about it, and really think about it. Balance the two options. Do I do this for myself? Do I do this just to enjoy myself as a therapy type thing, or do I actually see myself, or do I actually want to want to do this as a career? These are the things that I feel someone has to sit with themselves and really think about it and really balance the two options. This is the thing I really like about this type of video, right? With the other types of videos, it's more research, it's more scripted and all that. But this one, I am just legit sitting here and saying what's on my mind. Now, yes, most of the time when it comes to sketch and rants, I do like to script some key points so I at least know what I'm talking about. But for this one, I'm just sitting here with the laptop with this excuse of a microphone because the other one is broken. I apologize once again for the whack sound quality. I'm just sitting here speaking what's on my mind because I know how long of a topic I have been thinking about this. It's actually some sort of therapy, and I'm glad that there are people that not only listen to it but also enjoy it and sometimes even chip in. So also sometimes even like to take part in the comment section. That's another thing that I'm super grateful for. It feels nice to be making these type of videos and looking at how busy I will be for the next few months. I feel like I'll at least be able to make more of these guys. Which reminds me, you guys should make sure to also watch more of my other sketch and rants. And while you're at it, make sure to watch also my other art videos, especially my Alfred redraws and my art tutorials. I say especially, but those are the main two types of videos that I make if I'm not making a sketch and rant. Anyway, make sure to also be notified. Make sure to also be following my IG and my Twitter. The links have been waiting for you in the description. Since the beginning of the video, they've been waiting for you, and now they're feeling bad that you haven't clicked them at this point. Jokes. The links are in the description. They're waiting for you. I want to thank you once again for listening to this sketch and rant. I hope you drop a like if you enjoyed this sketch and rant, and I hope you hit the subscribe button to make sure you're a part of the Double Empire to get more of these sketch and rants. God bless, and until next time, Double M out.